Hi, are you ready? It's time for our lesson, our first lesson. We're going to learn about descriptive paragraphs and parts of a story. Now, if you're one of my students that I currently teach, we are using this book, right? And you may turn to page 14. All right? Are you ready? Get your pen, your pencil, your eraser, and some paper. Descriptive paragraphs. Your descriptive paragraph will tell us about a person, place, thing, or event using vivid details and sensory words. Okay? Now I'm hoping you can see this hamburger paragraph organizer. If not, I'm sure you could Google one and see what they look like. Remember, you must indent, okay? Use two fingers and start a little bit over to the side of your paper, right? And start off with your topic sentence. After that, you're going to give at least 3 sentences detailing what you wrote about in your topic. And then you will put the conclusion. Just remember, we want vivid details. We want your paragraph to be juicy. We want it to be exciting, okay? So use lots of sensory words. Let's go deeper into that. Sensory words are very descriptive. They describe how we experience the world. What are the 5 senses? You know what they are. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, right? Okay, well, tell us about it when you're writing. When you're writing paragraphs that will hopefully lead up into you having a nice narrative, okay? When you're writing, we want to know the details. Give us the juicy details. What did you see? What color was it? Was it big? Was it ginormous? Right? Was it tiny? Was it minuscule? What did you hear? Were birds singing softly off in the background? Or was rap music booming and banging out the car? Okay? Tell us about it. What did you smell? Did you smell the wonderful aroma of Mama in the kitchen making her famous collard greens and mac and cheese? And you couldn't wait to taste it because of how you knew it would feel as she chewed each morsel. What about touch? What did you feel? All right? So get deep into it. Make it juicy. Make it interesting. Make it exciting. Now, once you know how to write a paragraph, which you do by now, we just went through that. You've got 4 or 5 sentences, right? We can turn this into a narrative, into a story. Now, narratives can be imaginative or they can be true. That's completely up to you. A little later, I'm going to share with you a narrative that I wrote that's a true story, but that's completely up to you. Now, before I go on, I want to remind you and tell you why we're learning these things. Everything that we learn is based on the academic standards of the Common Core State Standards. These are important things to learn. I don't know if these words are showing up backwards or not, so I'm going to read it to you. This is the writing standard. It says, students write for different purposes and audiences. Students write clear and focused text to convey a well-defined perspective and appropriate content. In other words, students and writers write for pie. That's right, pie. And if you know what that means, I want you to type it below. Okay? If you know what that means, I want you to type it below. Okay? Writers write for pie. P-I-E. Let's keep going. We're now ready to write our story, the parts of a story. The first part is your introduction. It's your lead. It's your beginning. It's the hook. You got to hook the reader. You've got to make somebody want to read your narrative. All right? In that hook, you can tell us who the main characters are, the time, and the place. But you want to start off with something that'll grab them, that'll hook them, right? Okay? How about starting off with onomatopoeia? That would be cool. The last time I taught my students about writing, I told them to start off with a question. That's completely up to you. Now, I'm going to give you an example of starting off with onomatopoeia very soon. Hold on. I just want to remind you that when you're writing, right, you must write your narrative, your story, each paragraph that you write in sequential order. So you should use transition words. That would be words like first, next, then, and finally. Those are transition words. They help your story flow. You could also use phrases like after a few weeks, da 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 da, or the next day, da 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 da, or early in the morning, da 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 da, later that night, da 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 da. I say da 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 because that's the part that you're going to fill in, okay? Because it's coming from you. The writing, the words, the thoughts, the creativity, it's all going to come from you. Now, remember to give lots of vivid details. Use your 5 sensories. Build that story up. Make it juicy. Make sure there's a conflict or a problem in it that has to be solved. And then, number 3, the ending. Tell us how everything worked out. I'm just going to share with you a little bit of one of my narratives. And it's a true story. Ready? All right, here we go. It's called Superhero on Skates. Ouch! I screamed as I fell in the skating rink and broke my right ankle. I couldn't believe it. I was skating fabulously when little Tatiana darted in front of me and 2 speedsters. They were big teenage boys who liked to zoom around the roller rink dangerously. I saw them with my peripheral vision coming fast forward as little Toddy scurried across the floor. I yelled, "Watch out!" Then I swerved hard to keep them from crashing into her. They swiveled onto the sidewalls. Little Toddy made it across the rink safely, but I was on the floor, struggling to get up due to my right ankle being broken in 2 places. I got up though, determined to fuss at those teenagers for endangering the small children at our annual fundraising skate party. Tatiana's mother saw me stand with the struggle. She and 2 other parents ran over to thank me and help me make it to the carpeted area of the rink. My eyes were glued on those wild teenagers. My eyebrows were furrowed, showing my anger. I yelled, "Bring me those speedster boys and their parents now!" I was so mad when I yelled that I forgot I was in pain. That's all I'm going to share with you. Now, it's your turn to start writing. Remember, if you're one of my current students, this is what we're using. Turn to page 14. I'm going to do it right now and show you. Okay? Descriptive paragraphs. Okay? Page 15, there's a very specific assignment. I hope you can see it. Okay? Page 16 goes into parts of a story. And you'll just continue on until you are done. Remember, if you don't have this book, you can still follow along with us. Start by writing 1 descriptive paragraph using the hamburger technique. And after that, let's work on a narrative. It can be a true story or it can be something imaginative. Just make sure you use lots of vivid details along with transition words, okay? See you next time. Ubuntu!